Good morning, guys. What's up? Today is a very special day because I'm getting dyno tuned today, but just for this video I think we are actually only going to be installing some TGV deletes and taking a tour of DrivenPerformance, which is where I'm going right now. So we're going 2 places today. Number 1, DrivenPerformance, which is about 2 hours away, and then another hour away from that is Emerald Coast Motorsports, which is where I'm getting my dyno tune, which is going to be really awesome. So that's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, but I haven't had the correct parts on it until now. If you haven't seen all my install videos on everything I just did, the front mount intercooler, blow-off valve, headers, and boost controller, check those out. But for now, we're going to start the car, warm it up, and then go to DrivenPerformance. So if you guys notice, it kind of wants to die a little bit. That's because it is on a safe tune. It's not fully tuned yet, so it's kind of acting a little bit weird, but I can't really get into boost or anything like that. I'm going to have to drive it pretty carefully all the way up to Pensacola, which is where the shop is. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, it's running fine for now until I get the full tune. And I'm really excited to see how much power it makes and how it drives. So before we get any farther into this video, leave in the comments below what you think my power numbers are going to be. I think it's going to be really awesome. So here's the shop, and I'm guessing that's someone's Subaru that works here. So like I said, I pulled up to DrivenPerformance. We're installing some TGV deletes here and then heading to the actual the dyno tune place. And this is a sweet STI. This thing. And the Volkswagen right there, that's Brian. He's actually the owner of DrivenPerformance. He's the one who will be helping me do the TGV deletes on the WRX, which is pretty awesome. So right now, Brian's gonna pull my car into the shop. We're gonna throw a fan on it, let it cool off a little bit, and I'm gonna do some filming around the shop just to kind of get some cinematic stuff going.
My name is Brian Yates and I own DrivenPerformance. We're located in Pensacola, Florida. We do Subaru Performance, we do Volkswagen, Audi, we do BMW, we do Mitsubishi. We kind of start off doing more Euro stuff, and I've got a strong Subaru background. I've had a few friends that's had Subaru, so kind of picked up doing a little bit more of that stuff, and that's kind of been primarily more of our business now, just because there's more. To me, there's more Subarus on the road than anything right now. So we're located on 9555 Hallsbury Road. We also have Drunk Man Tuning that comes in and tunes several of the vehicles that we tune, especially the Subarus and the Mitsubishis. We also do GIAC tuning for Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, BMW, and Mini. So that stuff is pretty awesome. So to have, be able to offer different tunes. We also offer Eurodyne as well, just for some of the customers that want to kind of do a little bit more custom stuff, to have maybe Drunk Man to do some tuning on those. So it's actually pretty good, interesting stuff on those cars.
So this is what's going on in the car. This is the IAG TGV delete. That's what we're gonna do now. This will make the airflow a little bit better with the new headers and everything. It's gonna be awesome. Right now, Brian is about to lift the intake manifold up a little bit and slide the EGR deletes out. Basically, when you're doing the TGV deletes, it's just a bunch of 14mm bolts right there, two right there, and right there. Same thing on that side. And for this one, I had to actually take out the intercooler piping because it was in the way of that. But it's overall pretty easy. And this is what'll be sliding into there. Here is the first stock TGV delete, or TGV. That one's the passenger side, and here's the difference and what they look like. The stock ones have the little flaps that open up, and then the TGV deletes is actually the one without the flaps, which is going to make airflow a lot smoother. Double check to make sure they're still in place. So right now Brian is checking all the gaskets under here to make sure nothing moved before he puts the IAG TGV deletes in. Overall, it's a pretty easy install. We're just bolting everything back on now. So he's doing the intake manifold bolts, and he's also bolting back in the EGR back there, and then it's pretty much done. Just gotta put the intercooler piping on, and we're good.
12mm head bolts.
Boom, install's done. That really took like, what, 20 minutes? It was easy.
And we just actually did TGV deletes on Dustin's WRX. Pretty simple install. The TGV deletes basically free up a little bit of unchoked air because there's butterflies that sit into the in those housings. So what you do is you put the deletes in and it actually opens it up, so the motor's getting a lot more air, which gives you a little bit more power as well.
Okay, so before we actually back the car out, I do have another tune that I have to load on the access port, which accounts for the TGV delete, so I'm gonna do that real fast. This one's it. It says TGV's base map reflash. Go ahead and do that, and let's run its course. Once that's done, we are ready to roll out and go to the dyno. Don't forget to check out Driven Performance. Here's all our information. Really amazing shop, and Brian is the man, so be sure to check them out. All right, Brian.
All right, dude.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for letting me come out and everything, dude.
Oh,
It
dude,
was a
that's
great
no
time.
problem.
All right, I know this is probably a pretty short video, but I wanted to keep the dyno video a whole separate video in its own because that's gonna be a pretty awesome video. I'm meeting Drunk Man Tuning over there. He's the one who did my street tune last time, and he did an amazing job. Now it's gonna be really badass with the full dyno tune. So I'll see you guys at the dyno in the next video.